What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Leo coming to you guys with yet another video. So today I wanted to come to you guys with this video and this wrestling dialogue, talking and discussing the Give Dana Brooke a Chance movement. The movement is real by Fight Gyms Blog Sport. Also, before we get into this video, I also wanted to give the proper shout outs to It's Me Jugal over on Twitter. If y'all don't know, they are part and pretty much the whole founder, if you want to call it that, of the Dana Brooke movement, and I appreciate you for starting this movement, and I'm glad to be part of it, this monumental movement with you guys. I appreciate you guys for letting me be in that chat with you guys, and we continue to support Dana Brooke, who is one of the most underrated women in the women's division right now, and we will continue to push the movement forward going into the future. And also, before I move on, I want to give the shout out to the Danimals. I think that's what we call ourselves. That's what we call ourselves on Twitter. I shout out to all of you guys as well. I love you all, and we will get into this video. So, this past Friday and Monday was the 2023 WWE Draft. It was determined that Dana Brooke will remain on the Raw brand. Comparing both brands, SmackDown has the heavy hitters while Raw is filled with mostly a bunch of unproven talent. There was a time in 2016 that SmackDown was reviewed as the land of opportunity, and now it looks like Raw has the distinction of being the new land of opportunity in the women's division. On both nights, a fan-driven Twitter movement started by Jugs It's Me Jugal using the hashtag Give Dana Brooke a Chance. Spread like wildfire, and it got trending for a majority of the WWE Draft. Dana unfortunately has a smaller fan base than most ladies, but it didn't stop from the hashtag trending and starting a wildfire that has united Dana Brooke fans, calling themselves Danimals. Cute name, I agree. Those that may not be entirely Dana Brooke fans but do want to see her get that long overdue opportunity. With that being said, we are going to explain how the draft couldn't have played out any better for Dana Brooke if she handled it herself. Now we're going to talk about some different scenarios. Wide open singles roster. Outside of Rhea Ripley and Becky Lynch, the singles division is wide open for the taking, especially with Becky feuding with Trish at the moment. Last year, they built up Liv Morgan into a star and is currently one half of the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions. They seemingly are doing the same with Zelina Vega, who is on SmackDown. Raw doesn't have that woman just yet, and who better than Dana, considering everything she has been through in and out of the ring these last few years. And if the showings on Main Event, she returns there on Thursday on Hulu against Piper Niven, are any indication, folks are ready to get behind Dana Brooke. WWE has to be the one to pull the trigger. Imagine Dana being built properly enough to win Miss Money in the Bank and or finally change for the Raw Women's Championship properly. The opportunity is there more than ever before. I agree. I definitely think if being built up, she could definitely be in that Liv Morgan position she was in last year, where she wins Money in the Bank and wins the Women's Championship. I really hope that they do go with that route. Feud with Trish Stratus. This is the next thing that we're going to talk about. This is another thing that they talked about possibly can happen. Feud with Trish Stratus. I saw this on Twitter and it never crossed my mind until then. How crazy would it be for Dana to somehow, some way get involved in a storyline with the GOAT? It don't even have to be a long feud either. Something to keep Trish busy until SummerSlam, when Trish and Becky could have their encounter at. And it would give Dana the biggest rub of her career working with the legend. If Trish were to work with Dana, that would show the brass that she has much faith in Dana Brooke and would go a long way towards making Dana a made woman. The next scenario, an end reunion with Emma. Now, this one has been all over my Twitter feed for the majority of the draft. Outside of, when we were doing the whole Give Dana Brooke a Chance movement. And we still are doing that. This one on Twitter seems to be the most popular one. When Emma was announced to join Raw, A lot of folks rejoice hoping that both Emma and Dana would potentially reunite and go after tag team gold. It might happen, it might not, but the idea is there. The potential is there. It's just a matter of if WWE would even bother to revisit it. While Raw does have a good amount of tag teams for a change, I agree. It wouldn't hurt to add another one and would make sense from the internet fans as they did team up in the past. Based off their past, there's no way they can ignore it. I do remember them teaming up in NXT for a bit, but I think what happened was Emma got injured and Dana was pretty much brought up to the main roster. I don't know why they could have kept them in NXT for a little bit longer, in my opinion, just so when they get to the main roster, people will kind of be a little bit more familiar. But either way, I think what kind of shows when a lot of these people go to the main roster from NXT, if they aren't really like household names before joining, they really don't know who they are. So like people like Adam Cole, Kevin Owens, and Sami Zayn, those pretty much people who kind of were known before it got into WWE. But I do think they kind of brought them up to the main roster a little bit too early. Should have kept them in NXT a little bit while longer. But the next scenario we're going to talk about a reunited End joining forces with Trish. As I mentioned earlier, a rub by Trish would do wonders for Dana. But rather than face Trish, how would a reunited End joining forces with the WWE Hall of Famer to make Becky Lynch's life and anyone else's for that matter a living hell? Imagine Trish mentoring Emma and Dana and all three ladies do what no female faction in WWE outside of Toxic Attraction has done. Hold gold. Trish with the Raw Women's title and Emma and Dana with the Women's Tag Team titles. This was brought up on Twitter, and the more I thought about it, the more I actually like it. And I kind of agree with that. I think that would kind of be a cool concept as well, because I think they were trying to do that with Damage Control, but I don't think that one really went the way they wanted to. But I think if they were to do that and have Emma, Dana, and Trish, be part of that, and I think Trish can leave behind a lot of great knowledge for these women going forward in their careers, and I think that would be something cool to see play out on television. But I would be intrigued to see. It would just the thing that it would be like, how would they go about it? How would they book it? How would they bring all three together? I think that's how the main part that I would be concerned about. But the next thing we got to talk about, forming a tag team with someone other than Emma. As I mentioned before, Dana has options to be a big part of Raw these days. It's not just limited to teaming with Emma. She could team up with her fellow 24/7 rivals, Nikki Cross or Piper Niven, someone who has rallied for her for years in Natalia, or team up with someone she got to know on Main Event very well in Zoe Stark. I mean, it's there if she wants to. Bottom line, Dana has options. Dana has more than shown she's ready to take the next team. It's up to WWE to see this for themselves. Hell, she trended on Twitter on both nights of the draft. This can't be ignored no matter who you are. WWE, you have no more excuses. The entire company has clean slate come next Monday. Thanks to the draft, it's time to live up to the hashtag and give Dana Brooke a chance. Yeah, after reading this article, it speaks for itself. There are no more excuses. With all of these scenarios that they just talked about, and all of them would be serviceable, and I would love each and every one of these, in my opinion. Because Dana Brooke, in my opinion, and us in the Danables and It's Music, we all would agree, she is one of the most underrated women in the women's division right now. I was literally looking at a clip on Twitter, or it came across my Twitter, and it was a picture, and it was talking about the women of 2022. She was literally in the top 5 women of 2022 with the most wins. That says something. That says a lot. That should mean something. If you were literally in the women's division and you were in the top 5, you should be in line for something. I'm going to be honest. And with all these things that they said, from her going into a singles capacity, being Miss Money in the Bank, cashing in for the Raw Women's Championship, that people will love it. A feud with Trish, I would love that. A feud with, you know, well, not a feud, but tag teaming with Trish, with Emma, will love it. Join a faction with Emma and Trish. Take my money. A forming a tag team with someone outside of Emma. People probably wouldn't get behind it at first, but if you have someone like Piper Niven, of course people should get behind that. Two powerhouses? Like, come on. Because I don't think WWE in the women's tag team division, we really have a true powerhouse tag team. And I think Dana Brooke and Piper Niven would easily could be part of that tag team division as a powerhouse. Because, in my opinion, if we're being honest, she is literally one of the strongest women in that women's division. Because if you're looking at the women's division, if you're looking at people who are very strong, you have Bianca Belair, you have Rhea Ripley, you probably have, I would probably put Charlotte in there, but I don't really know. But, you know, who else would you put in there? Raquel. And I would have Dana Brooke automatically in that class as well. One of the strongest women. A true powerhouse in the making. I don't know what else to tell you. If reading this article doesn't get you excited about being a Dana Brooke fan, I don't know what else does. Because this is exactly what she needs. This is exactly what I want to see play out on Raw come Monday. This is some of the stuff I want to see be brought on TV going forward as we get ready for Money in the Bank and get ready for SummerSlam. I want to see these things happen. I want to see Dana Brooke climb the ladder and grab the briefcase and become Miss Money in the Bank. I'm desperate for it. We need that. We, as Dana Brooke fans, need that. I wouldn't be mad if she got into a feud with Trish Stratus. Who wouldn't be mad for a feud with Trish Stratus? I think it would be cool because it would be a way to get her up the card more, and it would definitely give her more exposure because she's working with a legend. And I don't think Trish Stratus would be mad if she really put Dana Brooke over, though. I don't think she would be mad at that, if we're being honest. Same thing, and I think Emma and, you know, Dana Brooke as a tag team, that's another tag team you could really add to the women's tag team division, and it makes sense. It actually makes sense. A tag team in the women's tag team division making sense because they actually have history. They tag teamed and were a team in NXT. What more can I say? What more can I say? But, like I said, that's the end of the video, you guys. Like, comment, subscribe to the channel. If you are new, hit the post notification bell so every time I post a new video. We're on the road to 500 subscribers. We're at 470 right now. We're 30 subscribers away from that. We're trying to get to that milestone by Night of Champions. So if you guys are new to the channel and you love seeing me talk about wrestling and have these wrestling discussions with you guys, please, and you're new, please hit that subscribe button. It's free. There's no cash, none of that, nothing like that. Also hit that like button because it helps my video get more exposure, get more people seeing the videos that I am posting, get more eyes on the channel overall. So make sure you guys hit that like button. Also, I want to give another shout out to It's Me Jugo. I appreciate you for starting this monumental movement. I am glad to be part of it. Shout out to all the Danimals all in the chat that probably will come across this video. Shout out to all the Dana Brooke fans across the world right now. We will continue to get this movement going forward. We're going to continue to push the movement going forward. We are going to continue to revolutionize wrestling history, and being part of wrestling history in a capacity like this is something very special, something I will look back on and be very proud that I was able to be part of something like this. And I don't take it for granted because this is something that, you know, is sometimes hard to do as a wrestling fan, to get behind somebody that you really want to see get an opportunity, and you knowing how, you know, toxic the fans can be at times where they pretty much don't really want to see certain wrestlers be pushed or get certain opportunities. But like I said, we're going to continue to push this movement. The movement will continue. The movement will become stronger. We are not just an army. We're building an empire, and it's definitely showing. If you guys aren't really being part, if you guys are part of Twitter, you would know that. But that is the end of the video, you guys. Like, comment, subscribe to the channel. I appreciate you guys. Kick it with me, and I'll see you guys in the next video.